Hey everybody, hey, welcome back to the 53206 cast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Meg.
And Meg, this is a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, so we got this podcast?
Yeah.
All right. Today was week 11.
Yeah.
We got this. We got this only runs for 12 weeks.
I know.
Meg, which means we have one more.
It seems like at the beginning of the summer, it seems like 12 weeks is a lot. And then at the end of the summer, you're like, oh my gosh, it's almost done. I need to hold on for one more day.
Well, luckily you can. You can hold on for one more next Saturday.
That's
true. And then that will be it.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be the unofficial end of the summer.
Yeah.
Meg, it's been great summer.
Really great summer.
Great summer. Yeah, we've been averaging, last time I looked, it was 147 kids a week.
Okay. On
pace to give about $40,000 to the kids.
Which is really, really incredible. That $40,000 goes to kids in 53206 zip code. It's wonderful. It's wonderful when we talk about the flow of money that, people from outside of this area are putting that much money into this area.
Yeah, last time I looked too, we had well over 350 different kids that came out.
Okay.
But Meg, one of the things that I've noticed is, because I'll take the rosters. So every week the kids line up, they get their ticket, then they get a wristband that is associated to a different colored group. Mm-hmm. And then I go through sometime during the week and I enter all of that into a spreadsheet so that we know how much money we gave out. Mm-hmm. And just it would be a little silly to say we gave out $40,000 without like having any record of like who that money went to, right? Mm-hmm. But when I've been doing that, I have been Meg, I know you're only mildly familiar with spreadsheets. You're not a spreadsheet pro. No.
I don't have 1 million spreadsheets like you.
Aspire to be.
Yes.
So every time that we get a new kid, I have to, because I do them alphabetical by first name. Okay. Because if I'm like, oh, Zahara, I have to go down to the Z's. Yeah. Alphabetical by last name doesn't make any sense because whatever.
Sure.
Anyways. So when I do that, if we have a new kid, I have to make a new row in the spreadsheet. So if we get another Davion, then I have to go to the Davion section and add one row for the new Davion. Yeah. But I don't add, I think last week I probably only added 5 or 6 rows the entire time, all 155, 160 kids. I only added, 5 rows. Oh, wow. Which means that we're getting a lot of the same kids coming back again and again. Yeah. Which is exciting because that's how you build a culture and that's how you build at least like some institutional knowledge about what they are or aren't supposed to be doing. Yeah. Which then makes the experience better for everybody and allows you to be more productive. Which is, our productivity is a secondary goal to the main goal, which is to provide, a meaningful experience to, about 150 kids a week.
Well, and then I was talking with one of the lunch ladies, and we were kind of saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's only 1 week left. And she was saying how wonderful it's been to see the older kids nurture the younger kids. And she's like, so many of the kids, you see them at the beginning and they're just, a little bit squirrely, a little bit, they don't know how to work, and they really learn how to work, and then they teach others. And it's just a beautiful, wonderful thing to be able to see.
Yeah, today was kind of neat. We had one of our adult leaders was on vacation, which happens. I mean, it's pretty hard to be there all 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. So one of our adult leaders was on vacation, and we had to make the decision on whether or not to find another adult leader to take that person's place, or call up some of our student leaders that have been really excelling into the new role of a group leader. Typically, the groups are staffed by people that are older, because one of the things that we want to do is we want to try to build elders in the community. People that are have a semi-prominent role in the neighborhood. Yeah, that when they see a kid on a Thursday, that if they're doing something good, they can tell them good job, or if they're doing something bad, they can say bad job. Don't do that.
Or just give them a look and they know. Yeah.
So we tend to lean more towards staffing those roles with adults. Plus, I think a 12-year-old is going to listen to a 30-year-old probably a little bit more than they're going to listen to an 18-year-old. Yeah. But today we made the decision to have 2 student leaders jump into the role of group leaders. And Meg, it was great. I heard lots of good things out of their group. Meg, the girl that was the new adult leader, she has kind of been under your wing for the year.
Yeah.
And you have talked to her about her on the podcast, but you've also talked to me about her a lot. She's got a lot of great leadership qualities. Already. Whether or not I don't think that another individual can instill those qualities into someone, but I think they can help bring them out.
Yeah.
I would say, throughout, she's probably been coming the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That, she, through the experience and just through becoming older, has really developed as a leader. And today was able to use those skills to lead a group.
Yeah, I was very excited. Yeah, and I think she just did a great job. She was in the group that was working in the same space that I was working. So I kind of just kept going up to her and being, are you doing okay? You doing okay? And she was like, yeah, everything's great. And, we're taking breaks. It's hot out. And
good.
Yeah, I thought she did an incredible job. It was really nice to go up to her at the end and just kind of debrief and just tell her how proud of her I was, because she did an incredible job. And I just feel like that's like, it's wonderful to see somebody that, and she worked with me a lot, even in the early spring, even like winter, doing seed planting. And so, I just love that she's able to step up and be the incredible woman, young woman she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Today the theme was marketable skills, which is something that I'm big into when I talk to young people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of young people, they don't realize, when you ask a kid, many adults will ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that question. But being something doesn't necessarily mean that, you're going, assuming that you want to be, I don't know, a lawyer.
Yeah.
You have to go to school to gain the skills to become a lawyer. Now, if you have like a predisposition to, I don't know, arguing or, I don't know, wearing fancy suits or coming across as a jackass, then you can be a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
But you have to gain that skill. You have to learn how to do lawyering, just like you have to learn how to do plumbing, or web design, or being a dental hygienist. Those are all skills that you have to learn how to do, and they become marketable when someone will pay you to do those things. And so we talked to all the kids today about marketable skills, because the skills you learn at We Got This, now for that girl and for her partner, those actually are marketable skills. You know how to lead a group, and We Got This needs someone to lead a group, and you're given an opportunity, and there you go. Now you are that person.
Yeah.
Now it's a pretty siloed skill, but you can then take those skills and translate them into something else. But after we kind of explained to the kids what marketable skills were, we then talked to them a little bit about opportunity. And, on this podcast, we talk a lot about, life in the inner city, what are some of the things that maybe people aren't always thinking about in terms of the inner city. And Meg, it made me think about our kids, and specifically some of the things that you do with the kids. I do some of it, but I'm just going to put it out there. You do a lot of this, is you provide opportunities for the kids. So you see a camp that you think that they should go to, and you either sign them up or you make them fill out the form to sign up. Our daughter, I don't know if she's going to do it, but there's a little job at the library, and it's a little job that she would want to have at the library.
She loves reading. It's like perfect for her. The hardest question, it's so funny, I saw she filled out, it all, and then she was like, I can't do this. And the hardest question for her was, what's your favorite book? Or something like that.
It's
and she's like,
if you could be what's one book in the library that represents you? Or if
and
you
she's
could
like,
be any book in the library.
She's just like, I can't pick one. I'm like, well, just lie then. I don't know. You like too many books.
Just
that's
say
great.
The Giver or whatever. That's a book, right?
Oh my gosh, that's the dumbest answer. Do not tell him.
Doesn't he just go around giving people stuff? I never read it.
I read it in like 3rd grade, so I do not remember.
Oh, okay. I feel like you are always talking about The Giver.
No, I'm talking about Hatchet.
Oh,
Hatchet
all
is
right.
the
Well,
one.
then she can be Hatchet. The
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
is in an airplane, and the airplane.
Yeah. So the funny story about Hatchet is like me and my brothers all had to do book reports on Hatchet. And so like we all like Kurt did it first and then like Bub did it. And like we all used each other's book reports and just like added a few sentences onto it.
All right.
And I did read Hatchet, but I don't know that Bub did. But it was just a funny, like we would always talk about Hatchet.
Yeah, there's so many books that we were supposed to read. Part of the problem with these classes that it was in when I was middle and high school is they would you'd have a discussion about the book that you were supposed to read. So say you were supposed to read The Giver.
Yeah.
Well, like the next day, like they would all talk about. So then you just pay attention to the discussion. You don't have to read the book.
That's smart.
So
Yeah.
But anyways, it's
Yeah.
a tangent on saying that you are very good at giving the kids opportunities or looking for opportunities for kids. I really wanted to make the point today when we were talking to the large group that you, and I didn't come right out and say this, that living here you will find, unfortunately, that you have less opportunities than you may, I don't know, if you grew up in a suburb nearby,
Yeah.
like Whitefish Bay, for example.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like those opportunities, they're not just handed to people.
Yeah.
But there's this weird transition from someone that wants to give someone an opportunity and the link to a neighborhood like ours. Let's say that I run a lawn care business and I'm looking to hire summer work at my lawn care business. Well, I'm probably going to pick people that are geographically close to me.
Sure.
Or are friends of my family or the neighbor's kids, cousin or something. There's going to be some kind of connecting point. And because our neighborhood is pretty isolated, those connection points aren't always there.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make the point to tell the kids today that you can and should develop these marketable skills. And when an opportunity shows up, make sure that you're ready for it and make sure that you say yes, when the opportunity shows up. Just because, it's not like if you live in Whitefish Bay, you are given every opportunity imaginable.
Sure.
Because it isn't that way, right? There are plenty of people the same ages of the kids that we got this that don't see steady opportunities.
Yeah.
But I would say in large or in mass, on average, there are more opportunities in a place like that.
Yeah.
So specifically, the We Got This kids really should be paying attention for opportunities. And if they don't see an opportunity, then they got to go try to make that opportunity on their own.
And that was something that I brought up, advocate for that opportunity. And, if you see a job that you really want, keep asking. Keep asking that person, you're going to that restaurant over and over again, keep asking. And then eventually you'll wear them down.
Right. Yeah. And it's not like people are gatekeeping opportunities away from, kids from our neighborhood. They're not.
Yeah.
They're really not.
But I think when you look at how many businesses are in 53206.
Right. Not many.
Versus, Whitefish Bay, there's not a lot of businesses even in this area. So where geographically are you going to go if you can't drive and if your parents possibly don't have a car? It's
going to be more
harder.
challenging, right? And so your opportunities are going to be fewer and farther in between. And so when you see one, you really got to jump on it.
Yeah.
You gotta jump on it. And we did then make the connection to the stuff that you do at We Got This. So when the kids are they're really their first touch point with an adult is they take attendance with their adult leader just to make sure the kids are in the right group and all that. And then, so they can be introduced. And so you at least know the kid's name or you've said, I don't know, Trayvon. And okay, well that kid is Trayvon. You might forget it immediately.
I usually take notes. What color shirt are they wearing?
Which is great.
Yeah.
So, but you might, which is funny because the girl that was an adult leader for today, she did the same thing, and she made very similar notes on her paper that I saw that you would make. Which I was like, that's actually pretty smart. Good job, just watching what this other person does and then copying it because why not?
Yeah.
But their first touch point is with that adult to take attendance, and then we move on to announcements, right? And I was explaining to the group that.
And can I just pause because during announcements, I'm always like, "All right, you guys, this is the hardest part of the garden."
Yeah, and I had to ask you to be quiet today.
But it was funny because the kids were like, yeah, Alex really talks a lot.
That's fine. I don't care. We have a captive audience, and all of them, that is the highest stakes time of the day because we could, very rarely do we ever kick somebody out, first thing in the morning.
But they know like this is,
you might.
And you have to pay attention. It's not that hard to pay attention.
And it's not that hard. Yeah. I get it. I probably don't want to listen to myself talk for 5 minutes either.
Yeah. But my whole group makes fun of you, just so you know.
Great. I don't care. I don't care because they need somebody telling them what a marketable skill is. Yeah. And they need somebody telling them to look out for opportunities. Yeah. And they need somebody telling them that the skills that they're using right then and there of being there on time, being quiet, and like at least showing like you're paying attention. That's an actual skill that will separate you from anybody else that doesn't do that. And those things are called soft skills. And soft skills are the things that help you get more opportunities.
Well, and it was funny. Your sister Ash, she was talking about in her group how there was a kid who, just started yelling and like was kind of causing a lot of issues. And so then they went during their circle time. They went on to talk about like, okay, what profession can you just yell all the time? And like they like listed off like 3 things, and they were like, okay, well maybe not a lot of job opportunities, and
which is why actually that person was fired today.
Yep.
And that kid really should know better.
Yeah.
And didn't, and oh well.
Yep.
So
it's a great learning. I mean,
I would much rather that 16-year-old learns that lesson today.
Yes.
Right? Because we talk about this all the time. Like, I don't want that kid to go get their first job at McDonald's or Subway
and start yelling at the customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, okay, learn your lesson. That was a $10 lesson that kid learned.
Yeah.
That's great because that is the cheapest lesson that you're going to find in life.
And I think one of the wonderful things is any of the kids that do get sent home, they come back and they work so hard. I mean, I know we sent a kid home that I really, really like, and I know next week he's going to work really, really hard. And, I think we're going to be able to talk with him and say, okay, here are the things that you might not have done right. And he's going to come back and work even harder.
Well, sometimes this has nothing to do with marketable skills or anything, but I kind of, sometimes I would notice when I would work in schools that you could tell that a kid didn't believe you.
Okay.
When you were giving them a consequence.
Sure.
And so the kid that you're referring to, a separate kid, it's actually very rare. I would say of the 11 weeks, I would say 7 or 8 of them we didn't send anybody home.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty rare to have 2 in 1 week.
Yeah.
But this kid in particular, he he was doing something, and I think he threw something at.
He threw a glove at his leader.
Yeah, in
his face.
Yeah.
He's 10.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, this kid in particular, I could tell. I don't know. Sometimes I can just tell from watching a kid. He does not, or at least up until this point, does not believe that, like the rules apply to him, or that consequences are real.
Yeah.
And when you get a kid like that, you have to be very careful to have.
And is that because his family is like close to our family?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay, I'm just curious. Yeah.
Because I'll do the same thing with our kids.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they get in this mood where.
Like last night.
Exactly, just like last night.
Yeah, they get lippy.
Yeah, this consequence is actually real, and I actually mean the thing I'm going to say, and you can't bullshit your way around this.
Yeah.
And you really shouldn't even try.
Yeah.
And so this kid was told, if you come back at 12 o'clock, we'll give you your half of the pay for the day. But if I see you around, then no.
Okay.
And the kid lives 6 or 7 blocks away.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah,
arrange for a sibling to take them home, or they can go on their own. He chose to go on his own. But then I found out that he was over with the lawnmower group and bothering another group. And so, he came back and not at noon when he was supposed to come back. He can get a free lunch. I don't care about that. That's great. Come get lunch. The lunch is for you anyways.
Yeah.
So come get it. You can get 2 lunches for all I care.
Yeah.
But the consequence and the decision that was made is going to be stuck to.
Yeah.
Regardless. Because at some point in life you have to learn that the world gives you consequences.
Yeah.
And the consequences that the world gives you a lot of times are a lot harder than whatever piddly consequence I'm going to give you. And you need to understand that that's real. Because if you don't, you're going to get yourself into a situation where there is going to be a big world consequence, and it's going to really suck for you. And so, you got sent home, and you didn't take ownership of anything that you did. You tried to blame it on somebody else, whether it was somebody else or not. I don't really care. You didn't take any responsibility for what you did, and then you tried to scheme the system, and oh well. Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah.
But again, that's the type of thing you learn when you're 10.
Yeah.
Because if you learn it enough times when you're 10, you don't end up being 18 and doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And some people never learn. And that's fine. Some people never learn, and they think that that's just the way that the world's going to operate, and the rules don't apply. But the rules actually kind of do apply. You're not a special circumstance. So, it never bothers me when a kid gets sent back from the group.
Yeah.
Because it's not useful. Like we only become a gardening program when we have 150 perfect gardeners.
Sure.
And I mean, Meg, you probably would like to run a gardening program, but I don't actually have a ton of interest in running a gardening program. I have an interest in running a program that helps kids be a positive influence on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I don't want kids that already have a predisposition to make a positive difference in the neighborhood. I want all of them because they all can.
Yeah.
Because they all can learn those skills. They all can develop those marketable skills or those soft skills. And then we'll give them an opportunity to do something good in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I feel like my group today, I've had some of the same kids in my group for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and just great kids. I mean, I had a hard time, extra money to give out at the end for people who were working harder. And I could have given 90% of the kids who were in my group extra money. And it was just, great group of kids, great group of, trustworthy kids too. There were 2 or 3 of them that were taking the wheelbarrow and getting, and that was hard. I mean, there was a girl that was doing it, and then there was a guy that was doing it, and both of them were like, this is really hard work. Like they enjoyed it, but they were like, this is hard work. So it was nice to kind of see how, there's some littler kids that were like, I want to try with the wheelbarrow. And I'm like, you're going to dump it right
I watched one of them doing it. Like, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah. That was fine. They wanted to try.
Just a wheelbarrow. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But just great group. And then the circle time, it was really fun to hear just the skills that, one of the girls, she's like, I do hair right now. And it's like, yes, that is a marketable skill that, and she's like, I really want to be an entrepreneur. And it's like, this is awesome. Like,
Great.
You know what you want to do, and get some more skills, keep practicing, keep learning. And why not?
Yeah.
And another one, she wanted to be an engineer. And she's like, here's the 3 things I need to do to be an engineer. And I'm like, great job. Yeah. I had some very impressive kids that were just go-getters.
Yeah, I noticed that, again, working in schools, I noticed that sometimes all it really took was just like taking a minute and talking to a kid about their life and what they want.
Yeah.
And either affirming like, okay, that actually makes sense. Like that's a good plan. Keep doing that. Yeah. Or, hey, maybe you haven't actually spent a lot of time thinking about it. And maybe that would be good. Maybe that's maybe that would be a good next step for you to figure out, what are some of the skills that you could develop. Yeah. Because they all can develop into whatever they want.
Well, yeah. And even a few of them were like, next year I'm going to be, mowing more lawns and stuff like that. And it's like, these are some of the soft skills that you're learning right now, or some of the skills that you're learning now that can translate into actually earning more money. Yeah. So, it was great. I feel like it was a really good week. Really good day.
Yeah. Well, you got anything to plug? It's about time to go.
I mean, I think we're going to be having some events come September, so we'd love all of you to come out. So those will all be posted on Facebook if you want to check them out. We're going to be doing a s'mores night and a bouquet night. So, those will all be posted on Facebook soon.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.